Dennis Gage and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Evansville for the Frog Follies, which is pretty special. But beyond that, I'm here today with my friend and fellow car nut, Austin Hammer, and he's going to be my co-host today as we check out all these really cool cars. So what do you think? You want to be a television car show host, Austin?
Yes.
He does. And today he's going to be. Let's ride. That looks like fun. Nice mustache.
I'm gonna grow one when they get older. Okay,
Pretty much. And this is my friend Austin.
Hi, Austin. How are you?
Your name, sir?
Greg Bush.
Hi, Greg.
So, what do we got here?
Oh, it's a 18 Speedster I put together a couple of years ago. And
Did you hand fab all the body?
no, it was done about 65, 70 years ago.
Seriously?
And the story was,
If I crank start it, then I might break my arm.
Yeah, that's right. That would not be good.
yeah. The story was that these two old guys that wanted to build a Speedster, they remembered when they was kids, and this is over about 10 miles past where the pavement ends at Siloam Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah?
And they remembered as kids there was a Speedster body in a thicket that was on their land. So they went and dug it out, and it was so frail that they couldn't move it, so they splintered the whole thing and carried it out and had a 10-bender over in Arkansas someplace. Recreate, and it's the
It's
exact
just
replica.
galvanized steel, right?
Yeah, I guess the guy built silos or something.
That's what it looks like. It actually looks like the roof of a silo.
At any rate, I bought it, and it's a lot of fun.
So what's the engine?
It's a Model T,
Model T?
and it's just, well, it's,
So is it
you
the...
didn't look at the other side.
We'll come around and do that. Oh, and I like your spare right there in the back. Look at this, Austin. Look where his spare tire is. It's like you've been off-roading with it, man.
Yes, we just were.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 frogs, 11 frogs. That's a lot of frogs. I think you get the Max Frog Award. What do you think of that?
That thing is sweet.
That is very sweet. This is my friend. This is Austin Hammer.
Hey, Austin, that's my son's name.
No kidding?
Glad to meet you, Austin.
Hey, this is Blucher.
Blucher.
Yeah, we're from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, or Christiana.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, Austin's with me today, kind of co-hosting, and he loves purple hot rods.
Cool.
So
he ought to like that one.
he loves this, and he'd actually like to talk to you about it.
Okay.
This is a gorgeous car.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me tell you about it. I bought the car. I've had the car for 25 years.
Wow, really?
Yes, sir. And when I bought the car, you couldn't open either one of the doors. There was no top in it. There was no floor in it. And there was no fenders or anything.
What
And me
engine?
and my friends,
What engine did it have in it?
I bought a 72 Camaro from a guy for $100, and I took the motor and transmission out and rebuilt and put. That's what's still in it.
Wow, what was in it when you bought it? Did it even have it? No engine.
No, actually, they had an old flathead in it.
It did.
And I sold it in the running gear to a guy that was building an original 34 sedan.
Were they originally suicide doors?
Yes.
They were.
Yes, that's the original. That's another thing that attracted me to the 34 Ford because they have the factory suicide door.
Man. Now, do you have glass fenders on it?
I have glass fenders and steel because when I bought the car, of course, I was married, my wife didn't work, we had 2 children. So
You do things slower then.
money was a lot tighter then than it is now. So actually, a friend of mine won a fender package at a hot rod show, and I gave him $500 for that
Seriously?
fender package. They sent it to him, and I bought it from him, and we put it on the car.
What a lucky stroke.
The front end, I went to the junkyard and cut a 76 Mustang front end out from under an old Mustang and put that in it, and I put a Pinto steering gear in it,
and a guy I worked
This
with.
must have been back when you could still find Mustang 2
Yeah.
front ends
Yes,
and
it was an old
pinot
junkyard.
steering.
Back where we live, it was an old junkyard. Had several of those cars. And the rear end, I bought it from a guy I worked with. He had a '76 Maverick 4-door.
I've had a 70 Maverick and a 72. I don't tell many people that.
I gave $50 for the car, took the rear end out of it, and scrapped the car for $65.
You know how to do this, don't you?
Well, I mean, when you're on a budget and you want to drive the car, you got to do what you got to do. You know?
Do you have a shop or something?
No, sir. No, sir. I actually work for Nissan. I've been there for 31 years. I work in the repair side of Nissan at the Smyrna manufacturing plant.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a shop.
No, it's a I've got a shop behind my house. Yes, I do. I work on Nissans, and that helps pay for the hot
Oh,
rods.
so you do that on the side?
Yes, sir. I do.
And did you build the whole thing in your shop?
Yes. The only
Man.
thing that wasn't done in my shop or a friend's shop was the interior. I paid a guy to do the interior.
What's the interior look like? Can you open it up?
Yeah, sure.
Let's look at the interior, Austin. Oh, man. Whoa, so what are those seats out of?
The seats are out of a '89 Cutlass Calais.
They look cushy.
Yeah.
I like the purple trim. That looks pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, man, so what's the color?
It is a '96 Ford, factory Ford color. It's called Ultraviolet.
Really?
Yes, sir.
It's
And
What did they put it on? 96. So they put it
They
on
put
like
it on
the Pro.
trucks. They put it on Mustangs. They put it on Escorts. But see, Ford in their factory, they base it over a gray or a silver.
Yeah.
And we DP90 this one in black, and then put the base coat over the black, which gives it a little deeper color.
And then you got some. Was it
Pearl.
Is it pearl?
Lots of pearl in it.
So
Lots of pearl.
that's your touch.
No, that's
Ford did it
that,
too?
that is
That's
a
a Ford?
factory. That's
No
a factory Ford color.
That's a nice color.
No.
Yeah, I think the code is 9N.
Wow. Just like the tractor,
Yep.
which was never purple. What are your wheels?
I just got those on. This is the first show I've brung it to. They're it's a American racing wheel.
You know, they've got a kind of a classic, but an updated look. You know,
They're 20s on the rear and 15s on the front.
kind of a cross between like the old torque thrust and an iron cross.
Yes.
You
And
know?
the thing about it is, I went to Louisville and there was not a single car there with them on, and there's not a single car here.
Well, you know,
with
what's
them
cool is they're familiar yet different.
on. Yeah, exactly.
That's the cool thing about them.
exactly.
How about your headlight buckets?
Factory, commercial headlight.
No kidding.
Yep. Guy I know had a 34 coupe he was building. He wanted the little King B lights, and he had those on his car.
Yeah.
And I bought them from him, put them on my car.
I mean, it just all works.
You
Pardon?
did something different under the hood.
No, sir, it's just a stock 350 motor with a little 270 Magnum cam, and that's it.
Again, the 350 Chev, it's a street router's favorite.
Yeah.
It's a street routing standard.
I mean, it won't even turn the tires over, but it'll run 70 mile an hour all
well,
day
that's,
long.
you know what? That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
And so
Yeah.
you drove her up?
Oh, yes. We got
Oh, yeah?
21,000 miles on it.
So
That's
you have
the
like
fun part.
vintage air or something?
Vintage air.
Holy mackerel. That's a nice car, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you stopping talking to me about it.
You bet. So you like it, Austin?
Yeah.
I figured you would. I do too. All right.
Hey, thanks again, buddy. Thank you.
Okay.
Again. Appreciate it.
What do you think? Seeing some cool cars?
Yeah.
And what's your favorite car color?
Purple.
Purple. We've seen several purple cars. How you guys doing? Oh, look, shade. I love the shade. That's a good looking ride. Hey, this has been a really good day at the Frog Follies. Look at this, baby. There's some crazy people here, some crazy rides. Austin and I have had a really good time. I hope he comes back. He's going to be a great car show host, co-host for the day. So what I would say is, until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. This is Austin Hammer.
Happy motoring.